Hi there. I'm Nathan Gorton, your Washington REALTORS CEO. Welcome to another edition of DBrief, a series designed to give designated brokers and industry leaders tools to help you succeed. I'm joined by Lori Sinclair, Chair of Washington REALTORS Communications Committee and a managing broker at Sotheby's International. Welcome, Lori.
Thank you, Nathan. I'm happy to be here.
We're glad to have you here. Today, we're going to talk about a project that I am really passionate about. As most of you know, with the most recent agency law revisions that took effect January 1st, Washington REALTORS have embraced some of the most consumer-friendly practices in the nation for buying and selling a home. These practices prioritize consumer fairness, and we collaborated closely with legislators to not only elevate these from industry norms to legal mandates, but also to ensure that these changes serve to the best interests of all parties involved in real estate transactions. Our advocacy and dedication led to the unanimous passage of this legislation during the 2023 legislative session.
Yes, our industry has gone through some tremendous changes lately, but we firmly believe that challenges are opportunities. So not only did we work with legislators to help protect you and promote transparency in the transaction, we worked a lot on educating Washington real estate practitioners on these changes. There have been classes, webinars, articles, videos, and more. And if you have any questions at all, I encourage you to visit warealtor.org and use the legal hotline. But after talking with designated brokers from around the state, we heard a common request. We need to educate consumers about these practices. You asked for help with alleviating some of the pressure off our brokers when it comes to explaining these changes to agency law to our consumers. Washington REALTORS listened, and we have mobilized a consumer media campaign. Nathan, would you like to talk about the campaign?
I would love to. We're going to be running a 30-second TV spot all across the state that will highlight the changes that REALTORS championed to promote fairness and transparency in the real estate transaction. That includes explaining to the consumer that their agency agreement will cover the terms of the agreement, the name of the broker appointed to be the agent, whether the agency relationship is exclusive or non-exclusive, whether the client consents to the individual broker representing both the buyer and the seller in the same transaction, the amount the firm will be compensated and who will pay the compensation, and any other agreement between the parties. Additionally, we're creating a website that we'll promote in these ads where consumers can get more information about agency law and what to expect. And we've created a directory on that site that consumers can use to find a realtor.
Yes, and another cool thing is that we're making a social media version of this ad and some of the other assets that our brokers can use to communicate with their clients and share on their own social media channels.
Exactly. Not only are we helping explain to consumers these agency law changes, along with the value of using a realtor, we're giving you these tools to use in your business. The TV spot will air in the next few weeks, but I think we have a sneak preview of the ad.
Good news for consumers in 2024. For years, Washington REALTORS have embraced the most consumer-friendly practices in the nation for buying and selling a home, putting consumer fairness and transparency at the heart of the home buying process, where buyers and sellers are provided with a description of the role and duties of their broker in the real estate transaction. Buyers and sellers have a written agreement explaining the cost of real estate brokerage services, and receive this information and sign the agreement with their broker up front. And now, these principles are not just industry standard, they're the law of the land. Every consumer deserves a home buying or selling experience that meets these high standards, and Washington State is leading the country in this evolution. Transparency in the real estate transaction brought to you by Washington REALTORS. Is your broker a realtor?
That was great. The media team did a wonderful job working with our task force to create something that would tell the consumer, one, that realtors have been using these industry practices for a long time, but now we helped codify it into law, and two, that we are champions of transparency, looking out for their best interests.
Stay tuned for an email with a link to the ad. We'll load it into the new Photify app when that launches in February, and watch out for the TV spot. If you have questions about this campaign, please reach out to us at info@wahrealtor.org. If you have questions about the agency law changes, visit wahrealtor.org to use the legal hotline. Lori, thank you for being here today. Thank you all for being a member of Washington REALTORS.